प्रजापतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पतः नः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ वृषभं च शनीनां विश्वरूपमदाभ्यं बृहस्पतिं वरेण्यम् ॐ तद्विष्णोः परमं पदं सदा पश्यन्ति सूरय दिवीव चक्षुराततम् ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं क्लीं हसौ जगत्प्रसूत्यै नमः। Can everybody say after me Hare Rama Krishna 3 times? Om Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Krishna. Let's also say Sri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Sri Rama, Sri Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Sri Krishna 3 times. Today is Sri Rama's birthday, Chaitra Shukla Navami. Sri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Sri Rama, Sri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Sri Rama, Sri Rama Jai Rama Jai Jai Sri Rama, Sri Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna Jai Krishna Jai Jai Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna Jaya Krishna Jaya Jaya Sri Krishna. Though it is only Rama's birthday, Krishna also, we let him speak in. Just like if it is my daughter's birthday, my son, being smaller, he also comes and celebrates it as his birthday. Today we let Krishna also celebrate it as his birthday. Okay. Today, for those of you who don't know, today is Sri Rama Navami. This is supposed to be the birthday of the lunar, based on the lunar calendar. This is supposed to be the birthday of Lord Sri Rama, Chaitra Shukla Navami. Happy Sri Ram for me.
The day he got married also.
The day he got married also. And there is a famous Sri Rama temple in South India at Bhadrachalam. And on this day they conduct a marriage of Sri Rama, Rama and Sita. It's considered a very auspicious day. So when you go home, pray to Sri Rama, and a simple mantra if you want to pray to Sri Rama is Sri Rama Rama Rama. Sri Rama Rama Rama. It's a 7-letter mantra. It's called Amrita mantra. If you just say that mantra several times, it will be very auspicious, especially today. Also there is a verse, for those of you who know Vishuddhasranamam, at the end it says, Sri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasra Nama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanane. That comes in the Phalashruti of Vishuddhasranamam. And what that slokam means is, if you say Sri Rama Rama Rama, like that if you say, then you get the result of saying Vishuddhasranamam 1,000 times. But people think that saying that slokam will give you the effect of reading Vishuddhasranamam 1,000 times. But actually what the slokam is saying is, you just say Sri Rama Rama Rama, the Amrita Mantram, then you get the effect of saying Vishuddhasranamam 1,000 times. But that is immaterial, whether you say Sri Rama 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 or whether you say the entire slokam, you are still doing the right thing. Yeah, you said it takes one. So say Sri Rama Rama Rama, say it, even though one time is enough, say it 108 times or 11 times based on your capability. It will be auspicious on this particular day. So happy Sri Rama Navami to those of you who celebrate it. And before I forget, another thing is, the next Saturday will be Paurnima, 23rd. So I'm not sure at what time. So sunset on that day is at 7:32. So around 7:30 or so, we'll be starting our monthly Satyanarayana Vratam. Because it is Saturday, I thought that it may be convenient to more of you than on normal weekday. So if it is convenient for any of you to attend the Vratam, try to come on the next Saturday. And if you are interested, send me a mail. Send a mail to pvr@saturday.net, and basically we will know how many people are coming. But everybody is most welcome to attend the Vratam. We'll start it soon after the sunset. So tentatively, let's say 7:30 p.m. and it will go on for around 2.5 hours. And then we'll Okay, Libra will be regular. So we'll start the Vratam at 7:30 p.m. on Saturday, coming Saturday, April 23rd, and it will last 2 hours or so. And after the Vratam, we'll have the prasadam for dinner. So all of you are most welcome to attend the Vratam and have the dinner. So please consider that, and let me know if you are coming. Okay, so we will continue our discussion. Should we continue Ochara or Narayan? Go back to Narayan Datta. Before I make the decision, does anyone have any question on what we covered in the last few classes? Yes, Kiran. He raised his hand first. Can you speak loud for the recording? Ashtakavarga score of 0 means it's bad, very bad. 0 is terrible. If you find any 0 anywhere, it's a cause for concern. If you have, for example, let's say Saturn's Ashtakavarga has 0 in a particular house, it is said that when Saturn is transiting that house, he will give very bad results. Especially during the 7.5 years of Saturn, if the 3 signs involved has a score of 0, let us, or even 1, in the Ashtakavarga, when Saturn is transiting that particular house, you can be sure that irrespective of Pandamurti, Rajamurti, all those things, irrespective of other things, you can be sure that there will be a lot of hammering from Saturn. So it is bad. 0 is very bad. Similarly, 8 is very good. Yeah. So second part of your question. You saw Bill Gates chart, okay? Why don't you look at Ramakrishna Paramahansa? Why don't you look at Chandrakanta Saraswati? Okay, you saw Bill Gates chart. Okay, what did you find? Are they? Okay. Okay. So Kiran saw Bill Gates chart and he wasn't happy. Let us see. The data is October 28, 1955. The time is 9:21:30 p.m. The time zone is 8 hours west of GMT. The place, I don't know what it is, but it's 122 degrees, 20 minutes west, 47 degrees, 36 minutes north. So this is Bill Gates. Okay, let us look at the Ashtakavarga. So if you look at here is the Ashtakavarga. If you look at, you said that 6, 8 and 12 have a higher score than 9, 10, 11. October 28, 1955. You will turn 50 years here. Okay, so you said 6th house, it has a score of 22. 8th house, it has a score of 29. 12th house has a score of 27. So the total is 40, 51, 58, 78. Right? The total is 78. Is it 78? Yeah, 78. So the average score in those 3 houses is 78 divided by 3. What is it? 26. So that exactly 26. So the score is 26. If you look at 9, 10, 11, 9th house has a score of 31, 10th house has a score, even bigger score, 34, the 11th house has even bigger score, 37, and the average is 34. Because there is an arithmetic progression, they are increasing by 3, so average will be the middle one. So 34. So what was your point? You are, okay, click Alt TCV. You have the latest version, Alt TCV. Do you get this big dialog box that you see on the screen, or you get a different one? Okay, you don't have this option. This is if you look at the latest release that was made, 7.02, you will have You can download it from my website. If you go to vedicastrologer.org, there is an upgrade. You upgrade to 7.02. I think you have 6.0. So basically, see, this is what I mentioned in a couple of classes earlier. When you find the Sarvashtaka Varga, to see which bhavas are strong. One thing that normally people do is, see, you want to see how strong the Lagna is, first house is. First house is in Gemini from Lagna. So they look at Gemini, they add up the scores in Gemini in various Ashtaka Vargas. So the score in Lagna's Ashtaka Varga is 4 in Gemini. The score in Sun's Ashtaka Varga is 5. The score in Moon's Ashtaka Varga in Gemini is 4. They add up all the scores in Gemini. And then they say that that is the strength of the Lagna. That is the normal approach taken by almost everybody. Everybody I know. But what I found in my studies is, I experimented with a different approach, and that is what I taught in the last class. My approach is, forget the sign. Sign may be relevant for some particular purposes. But when you want to see how strong a bhava is, Gemini is not the first house. Gemini is the first house from Lagna. If you want from Sun, the first house is Libra. If you want from Moon, the first house is Pisces. So the first house from various references is various signs. And the whole point of Ashtaka Varga is that there is not just one difference Lagna. You have 8 differences and you have to take a cumulative effect of all those. So the overall strength of first house in a chart will be the combination of the strength of first house from Lagna, first house from Sun, first house from Moon, first house from Mars, etc. So what I do is, I add up the scores in, for example, in Lagna's Ashtaka Varga in Gemini, Sun's Ashtaka Varga in Libra, Moon's Ashtaka Varga in Pisces. I add up all these scores and I call it the first house score. If you do that, the 9th, 10th and 11th are 31, 34, 37 and 6th, 8th and 12th are 22, 29, 27. So this particular option used to be a secret option only in my version until some time back. But in the last release, I gave it in the public release. So you can experiment with more charts, and what I will suggest is, consider both the options. If you click all PCV, this particular item, if you unclick it, you get the old definition, sign based. If you click it, you get the house based definition, the new definition that is based on my research. And this is not really from tradition, this is not the teaching of the parampara, this is just my research. But I am fully convinced by it, that's why I am sharing with everybody. But if you use this, then your point is, you don't have any point. So study this. Study with this option. Where Moon is occupying? See. Where? The blank? No, even if they are blank, there is some score in those points. Look at Sun, Moon's Ashtaka Varga. Here the score is 6, here the score is 4, here the score is 3. So every house from every planet has a score. Okay? We will go into Ashtaka Varga in more detail. We will understand it more thoroughly later. Let's leave Ashtaka Varga for now. Any other on Narayan Dasha or on Gochara? Does anybody have any question? The case of transit, okay.
When we are doing trans analysis,
Yeah.
the doubt is we should do only with respect to inner side Lagna, we have to see outer side planet where it is transiting.
Inner outer meaning you are talking about this particular thing. Yeah. Yeah.
For example, last time
Instead of calling inner outer, just call natal and Gochara. Natal and transit. Yeah, natal and transit, or Janma and Gochara.
So we have to see the planet transiting in the Gochara with respect to the
Natal differences. The differences are natal. The Lagna, if you look at, for example, let's look at Bill Gates. Because we opened that chart because Kiran had a question. Let us say Bill Gates transits right now. So if you go there, see this is his natal Rashi chart and this is his transit, the current transit, where the planets are right now. So if you look at Shani is transiting on his natal Lagna. So as far as his natal Lagna is concerned, what is Lagna? The very essence of a person, the overall existence of a person, the health of a person, etc., the state of a person, the physical state, the physical condition of a particular person. And if you look at Moon, what does Moon stand for? the mind of the person, the mental outlook of the person. And if you look at Venus in the natal chart, what does Venus show? If you take Venus as Lagna, what does Venus show? The spirit of enjoyment of the person. And if you take Sun, what does Sun show? The Atma Bala of the person, the willpower of the person. If you take Saturn, what does it show? The ability to work hard, the discipline and hard-working ability of the person. You take Mars, what does Mars in the natal chart show? The initiative, the parakrama, the boldness, the bravery of the person. So these are all various aspects of the person. They are there since birth. His initiative is there since birth. His mind is there since birth. Everything has been existing since his birth. And also, based on where planets are, they are causing various influences on those factors. Because Mercury is with Mars, he has a certain influence on his Mars. Mars is initiative, Mercury is the learning ability, scholarship. So his scholarship, his thinking, his analytical ability has an influence on his initiative, his bravery. So his bravery is more scholarly. So like that, similarly Mercury is influenced by Mars. And Venus is influenced by Saturn. Saturn is influenced by Venus. So there are various influences. You take various aspects of a person and there are certain influences on those aspects of his existence at birth. But as planets keep changing their places with time, there are certain modifications on those aspects of his existence. So right now, for example, for the last year, Jupiter has been transiting on he is transiting in the 7th house from Moon, and that is a good transit. But on the other hand, Saturn is transiting in the 4th house. That is a bad transit. So based on all these things, as far as his mental state is concerned, Jupiter is auspicious. And whatever Jupiter stands for in the chart, based on those things, the influence on his mind based on those things is basically favorable. The influence there, Saturn, look at Saturn. Saturn is the 8th and 9th lord from Lagna. And he is transiting in the 4th house from Moon. And if you look at the favorable and unfavorable transits for various planets from Moon, for Saturn, 4th from Moon is a bad transit. It's called Ardhastama Shani. So when Saturn is in the 4th house, he will give Sukhalopa. He will give discomfort, unhappiness. So there will be some discomfort for this person, given by Saturn. And what is it related to? It depends on what Saturn shows in the chart. So like this, you can see various planets have various agendas based on who they are in the natal chart. And as they keep moving, their influence on various natal differences will keep changing. So you have to analyze. But more than Rasi, because we don't really know what is going on at the physical level for Bill Gates, but we know his career. So if you look at Dashamsha, let us look at the Dashamsha Chakra. I change the natal chart. I am using transit Rasi chart and natal Dashamsha chart. And what does natal Dashamsha show?
Environmental.
His career. The inherent potential in his career. Because natal chart is the inherent potential. And transits will unveil some of that potential. They will let some of that potential blossom. And they will suppress some of that potential. But natal chart shows what is the inherent potentiality for the entire life. It doesn't necessarily show what happens at a particular time. At a particular time, one may be a great businessman. The natal chart may show that he'll be an excellent businessman. But the time, the dasha and the gochara right now may be terrible for that. So, natal chart shows the inherent potential in the person. And because this is Dashamsha, this shows inherent potential as far as karma is concerned. Not just career, the karma of the person, which involves career and which involves other activities also in the society. This is not my career. Astrology teaching is not my career. But definitely this is a Dashamsha. This is my karma. This is some work that I am doing in the society. But this is not my career. So D10 is more than career. It is career and other things that you do in the society. So if you look at his Dashamsha, see, interestingly, Moon is still in Pisces, even in the Dashamsha. So if you look from, still there is Sukhalopa. So we know that in the Rasi chart, we know that basically there is a lot of Sukhalopa. And Dashamsha is also showing it. So it could...
Could you take from natal moon in Dashamsha, you will take from...
I'm taking from natal moon in Dashamsha. Because the Rasi moon shows the overall mind. And the natal moon in Dashamsa shows mind as far as career is concerned. So at a given time, you may be very happy about your career. You may be proud about your career. Things may be great. But that person may be going through a divorce. And as far as Navamsa is concerned, there may be terrible transits. The person may be having a very bad time. Or somebody else may be out of job. He may be trying to get married, but he is not getting married. He doesn't have any luck on that front, also on the career front, but he may be learning so much. So his D24 may be good.
But last week when we calculated the transit of the planet, we took it from natal moon, where he is transiting from the natal moon.
Yeah, here also we are looking from natal moon. But that natal moon we are taking in Dashamsa. We did the same in your chart also. We looked at Dashamsa moon and the Siddhamsa moon. So you look at various of those Amshas. Look at moon in that particular Amsha. It doesn't have to be restricted to moon. You can look at other planets also. But let us first stick to moon. If you look from the moon, if you look from natal Dashamsa moon, the fourth house of Sukha, the fourth house of comfort, has Saturn transiting right now. So during this Saturn transit, which was basically 2.5 years, this transit was there for 2.5 years. Saturn was in Gemini until last September, and then he moved into Cancer. He came back into Gemini in January. So if you look at the Saturn's transit last 2.5 years and this particular few months since January, this particular time is Ardhastama Shanichara. Shani is transiting in Ardhastama. Astama means 8, Ardhastama means half of 8, which is 4. So this particular transit will give him lot of lack of peace of mind. Fourth house is peace of mind, feeling comfortable. And Shani in the fourth house means no peace of mind.
But in the Lagna Lord, in this case,
when you look at the transit, whether he is Lagna Lord, whether he is auspicious or not, is a different matter. For certain planets, certain houses are good, certain houses are bad, period. Even if Saturn is a benefic planet, there will be worries when Saturn is in the fourth house. That's it. For transit, only the nature of the planet matters.
we should not see what houses they own and what.
You should see after you conclude that Saturn in the fourth house will give some Sukhalopa. Sukhalopa because of what? Because he is not making enough profits, his company is not making enough profits. Because of what? Because he doesn't have enough resources. For that,
Legal issues.
yeah, in his case we know that it's legal issue, but if you don't know, you look at what Saturn stands for in the chart. What does he stand for? He is the from Lagna. If you look from Lagna, he is, which houses does he own? He owns the first house and 12th house. What does it mean? 12th house is having to give up something, having to let something go. That is one aspect. The other aspect is Lagna, that is very existence. So when the Lagna Lord himself has a bad transit, it's a very bad time in career. Because Saturn is Lagna Lord, for him, his transit is very crucial. So that Saturn having a bad transit means it's a terrible time. But let us see one second. Let us look at the Ashtaka Varga. I am looking at the D10 Ashtaka Varga and look at the Ashtaka Varga. If you look at the Ashtaka Varga, see, if you want D10 Ashtaka Varga, you can click on this inner chart and you can say Ashtaka Varga, show Ashtaka Varga, then it will show the Ashtaka Varga of D10. I am not looking at Rashi's Ashtaka Varga now, I am looking at Dashamsa's Ashtaka Varga, because this shows which houses are favorable in the Dashamsa. So, for Saturn in the Gemini sign, the score is 0. So this is a really terrible house for him. So if you look at, for example, Elnad Shani, when Saturn was transiting in these houses, there was Elnad Shani, but 3 and 4 are not at all bad for Saturn, they are pretty good. But 1 is bad. So if you look at Elnad Shani period, the 7.5 years of Saturn period, based on Dashamsa, you should conclude that Pisces transit is bad, not Aries and Aquarius. But leaving that alone, this particular transit is good. In Taurus, that is the third house, and also it has a score of 5. So the transit is good. But Gemini transit will hammer him. Saturn will hammer him.
And it is Loha Murti too.
Yeah. Murti is let's forget for now. Yeah. That will also matter. But just based on the score itself, It's a score of 0. When you see Saturn transiting through a sign that has a score of 1, you should be concerned, very concerned. 0 means you should be very, very concerned. So this particular Gemini transit of Saturn is bad for him. And in what way is it bad? Because this is 4th house from Moon, no happiness, no peace, no mental sukha. So this is the period of Sukhalopa. And if you look at Jupiter transit, Jupiter is transiting in Virgo. Is it a good transit or bad transit? It's a good transit. Forget who he is with. For Jupiter, the 7th from Moon is a good transit. So you should remember which houses are good for various planets, with respect to various planets. And if you look at my book, the transits from Moon are given in the chapter on transits. So get that table by heart. You should remember which house is good for Jupiter, which is bad. 7th house is a good house for Jupiter from Moon. So he is transiting in the 7th house here. So Jupiter has a good transit. And in what ways will Jupiter give good results? What is his agenda in the natal chart, in the Janma Chakra? He is the 2nd and 11th lord. 2nd house means wealth, resources, and 11th house means gains, profit, fulfillment of desires. So as far as Jupiter is concerned, because of his good transit during this period, he will continue to get money, he will continue to get lot of profits. So during the last year, the year before that Jupiter was somewhere else. It may not be bad, it may not be good. But during the last year, when did Jupiter change sign? Maybe July or August. So from last August till this September, Jupiter is very favorable to his career. So there will be money, there will be gains, etc. His stock will be doing well, his value will be high, and so on. So like that you can, and if you want to focus on short term, right now Mars is in, where is Mars right now? 11th house. Is it a good transit for Mars from Moon? Yeah, it is one of the better transits. For Mars, 3, 6 and 11 are good transits. So this is a good transit. But Mars will later go into Aquarius. Is that a good transit? 12th house. When Mars is transiting in the 12th house from Moon, that's not a good transit. Pardon me? No, all you can conclude is Mars in the 12th house will give some losses. What those losses are related to? Further, see what Mars stands for in the chart. He is the 3rd lord, he is the 10th lord. 10th house is karma, the career, the overall career, and 3rd house is initiative. So there will be some lack of initiative. You will lose some heart for some reason. So when Mars is in Aquarius, there will be some disappointing results for Bill Gates when Mars comes to Aquarius. So like that you can see various planets, what kind of bad result or good result they give depends on what they stand for in the natal chart, and whether they give good or bad results relating to those areas. The area affected is from the natal chart. Whether the area is positively affected or negatively affected, that is from the transit. Is it a good transit or bad transit? And we have been looking at Moon so far as the reference, because Moon stands for the overall mind, the mental state. So that is why we looked at Moon. If you look at, let us say, Arudha Lagna. If you look at Arudha Lagna is in Aries. So that is his status and image in the society. So if you look from there, the same Shani is not bad at all. Shani is transit in the 3rd from Arudha Lagna is not bad at all. So as far as material status is concerned, during this period he will continue to be seen as a very rich and successful person. There will not be any bad image during this period. But at the same time, until recently, Rahu was there. Rahu was transiting in Mesha Rashi until recently. Only a few weeks back, couple of weeks back, he moved into Meena. So when Rahu is transiting in Aries, Arudha Lagna is taking a beating.
See difference, like if you you said earlier, Saturn in the 4th house is bad.
Yeah.
Same things apply
To Arudha Lagna? What is your guess?
It should be the same.
Why should it be the same?
Arudha is like, this is mind's perspective.
Arudha is not just mind, it is the image.
Yeah,
And Moon is what you are perceiving the world around you to be.
Arudha Lagna is what people think of you.
What people think of you, what the whole world sees you as.
Moon is inward and Arudha is outside.
Yeah, exactly. Moon is inward and Arudha Lagna is outward. Arudha Lagna is world's view of you and Moon is your view of the whole world.
It will be different and
It will be different. From Lagna it will be different, from Arudha Lagna it will be different, from Moon it will be different, from Mars it will be different, for Jupiter it will be different, from everybody it will be different. For everybody the rules are different. And Arudha Lagna, as far as Arudha Lagna is concerned, Ashtavarga cannot help you. But for other planets, Ashtavarga does help you. Let us, as an example, let us take Mars. If you take the transits from Mars, where is Mars in the natal chart? He is in Libra. What does Mars stand for? Aggression, initiative, the drive, the inherent drive in the person. That force which drives you, the fire which is driving you. Mars is the fire within. He is the initiative within a person. So, in the Dashyamsha Chakra, if you look at Mars in the natal D10 chart is career. So, that Mars will show the fire in one's career. Not the fire that burns, but the fire that is burning within to do something. The fire that burns within a person that makes him do something in the society. So, as far as that fire is concerned, now if you look at the transits, from that Mars, see the thing is, in order to remember, see it is very tough to remember which are good houses from Mars for various planets, which are bad houses from Mars for various planets and so on. It is very tough to remember. So, you can click on this Ashtavarga and you see this show PAV of Sun, show PAV of Moon, you see these things, right? This is called Prastara Ashtavarga. We have so far seen Bhinna Ashtavarga. What this Bhinna Ashtavarga shows is, look at this Mars Ashtavarga. See, in for example, Libra, Mars has a score of 4, which means he has cooperation from 4 planets in Libra. 4 planets are favorable from Mars in Libra. What are those 4 planets that are favorable from Mars in Libra? Similarly, there is only one planet that is favorable from Mars in Sagittarius, which is that one planet. If you want to see that, focus on a particular planet and get further details. You can click on that PAV, Prastara Ashtavarga. So, with respect to Mars, these are the planets who are favorable in this particular house. So, you see the list of various planets who are favorable from Mars in various houses. So, if you look at the transits from Mars now, where is Saturn right now? Saturn is transiting in Gemini. Is there a good transit for Saturn from Mars? It's a bad transit. So what does it mean? As far as that Saturn, who is giving him Sukhalopa, no happiness, mental happiness, he is also killing some of the initiative. He is not giving him initiative. And look at other planets. Yeah. This is Gemini. And there is no Saturn. You don't see Saturn here. Only Sun and Jupiter, when they are transiting in Gemini, are favorable to Mars. That is what this means. Similarly, if you see Moon, see Jupiter is favorable here. Okay. So if you look at Mars, Saturn is not favorable. See which planets are favorable right now. Look at Jupiter. Is he favorable? He is not favorable. So the two fast-moving planets, Shani and Guru, are unfavorable from Mars right now. Did I say fast-moving? Yes. Slow-moving. The two slow-moving planets are unfavorable from Mars. There may be some other planets. Sun may be favorable during a while. Mars may be favorable for a while. See, for example, take Mars right now. He is transiting in Capricorn right now. See, Mars here in the transit chart, he is in Capricorn. And if you look at Capricorn, that is a good transit for Mars. When Mars is in fourth from himself, it's a good transit for Mars. So, right now Mars is favorable, but let us ignore Mars and Mercury, Venus, because they move so fast. One day they are favorable, one day they are unfavorable. If you look at the two main planets, Shani and Guru, both of them are unfavorable. So the result of that is, during the last year or so, the initiative will be slightly slowed down. But if the person's natal chart shows that he is a person of great initiative, the transit cannot kill it completely. You should not see it as transit has 100% control. Everything is decided 100% based on the transit. That's not true. If the person has a lot of drive within, the fluctuations will be, these are basically fluctuation. Gochara will cause fluctuation. It will not be from 100 to 0 fluctuation. If the person's natal chart shows 90% initiative, maybe subdued. Maybe it will be 95 one day, it will be 80 one day. Maybe it will be subdued one day. If a person has very low initiative natally, based on the natal chart, the Janma Chakra, suppose one is a very dull person. So his initiative, let's say, is at 20%. When good transits come, it may rise to 30%. But it will not go to 100%. So you should see that the natal chart is the basic potentiality, and there will be fluctuations in that based on the Gochara. So Gochara shows fluctuations. And when these Gochara influences are matched by the Dashas also, then you can conclude that there will be so-and-so event. So during the last 1 year, relatively, the initiative and the fire within Bill Gates, as far as career is concerned, will be subdued a little bit. If you see Navamsa, for example, let us see the Navamsa Chakra, and let us look at the Ashtaka Varga. So I am looking at the D9, the Navamsa Chakra, Ashtaka Varga. So where is Mars in the Ashtaka Navamsa? And let us actually go to directly Sastar Ashtaka Varga of Mars. Mars is in Gemini. He is in Mithuna. So from here, is Saturn a favorable transit? Saturn is a favorable transit. And is Jupiter a favorable transit? No. But at least Saturn is favorable. So during the last 2.5 years, the initiative in his career, in his work, may be slightly fizzling down. But as far as Dharma is concerned, following his Dharma, doing his Dharma, the initiative in Dharma will be stronger. Because at least Saturn is favorable. So when other fast moving planets are also favorable, they will act along with Saturn and they will give good results. Do you understand my point? And why is Saturn? I say that Saturn is very important because look at the Lagna. The Lagna is in the natal Navamsa chart, which is in the inner white area. The ascendant is in Taurus. And Saturn, which houses does he own? The 9th house of Dharma and the 10th house of Karma. So because Saturn owns these two crucial houses, 9th house of Dharma and 10th house of Karma, in the chart of Dharma, for his Dharma, Saturn is a very important planet. And that Saturn has a good transit from Mars right now. So you can conclude that as far as following his Dharma is concerned, the initiative and the drive, the fire to do something dharmic in the world will be high. But the fire to do something in his workplace, to do something for Microsoft, to do something new, that fire will be slightly subdued during the last year or even last couple of years. So like that, the same Saturn can be favorable from the same Mars in Navamsa but not in the Shastra. So as a result, as far as Microsoft and their new activities are concerned, there may be some slowdown, but he may be active. His Bill Gates and Melinda Foundation or whatever the foundation is called for doing work on cancer, AIDS, so many other things. Then he has the non-profit organizations which are for the upliftment of poor and impoverished in the world. So those activities, he's putting a lot of his energy into those activities. That's what Navamsa, from Navamsa Mars, Saturn having a good transit means. Okay? So like that you can look at your own. For example, let us look at Seshuga. Yes.
Why do you have ascendants of several houses there? Not only ascendants, all the planets are in several.
All the planets are in several houses. Where ascendant is in this sign, that is a favorable place for ascendant to be. When Jupiter is in this house, it's a favorable transit for him from Mars. When Jupiter is here, it is a favorable transit for Jupiter from Mars. When Jupiter is here, it is a favorable transit from Mars. But when Jupiter is here, it is an unfavorable transit from Navamsa Mars. So that is what it means.
Mars and ascending things their house are any one of these times when we say that any new activity, if we say talking about Mars here,
Yeah.
we say that any new activity pertaining to that we can start.
I don't understand the question.
Well, we understand that all the different planets have only one or two of the houses and
Yeah.
have their own agenda.
Yeah.
It is the ascendant,
Yeah.
which is the root of our existence.
Yeah.
And it also means new cities,
Yeah.
which is the correct interpretation.
What is the correct interpretation?
Well, in this chart,
Yeah.
let's say being a solid open and getting some new technology.
Yeah.
I think one is to start working on that.
Why are you looking at Navamsa for new technologies?
Well, we can go to the function.
Okay, let us do that first. Okay.
Navamsa itself, we can see if you want to start a new foundation for another child.
That's right, but if he wants to start a new technology at Microsoft, it's more Dashamsa
No,
than
the
Navamsa.
point I think is not just Dashamsa or Navamsa, it is about
That's right, but I want to just look at the right chart, whatever your point is, okay? Okay, Navamsa, you want to start a new dharmic work. Okay?
Every 2 hours the cycle is changing. What I think is, if an attendant is sitting in a particular house, it is a more auspicious time.
Yes, yes. When ascendant is in a particular house, suppose right now, let's say ascendant is in Taurus, okay? If ascendant is in Taurus, as far as Mars is concerned, from Mars ascendant is favorable. So during such time, that particular lagna is favorable to the fire within him. But it may not be favorable to something else. It may not be favorable to the wisdom within him. Look at, for example, Jupiter. The Jupiter Ashtaka Varga will show the wisdom within the person. So, for example, Aries is rising. So during that time, the lagna is not favorable to the wisdom within the person as far as dharma is concerned. So you may do a little unwise thing if you do it at a time like that. But I must tell you that lagna transit is the least important thing. Every 2 hours it changes. So it can never be used to time an event. First look at Shani, that will give you 2.5 years. Guru, that will give you 1 year. So if you look at Shani, Guru, Rahu and Ketu, you get a 1 year period. So within that you can look at Mars, Mercury, Venus to narrow down, and finally Moon, and finally Lagna. So Lagna is not really that useful. But this is for seeing which Lagna is favorable for a particular activity. Okay, yeah.
What is the significance of strong 11th house in Navamsa?
Yeah. What is your guess? His question is, what is the significance of strong 11th house in Navamsa? What is your guess?
Navamsa is both, right? Dharma as well as relationships also.
Yeah.
Again, relationships between friends.
Yeah.
No, Navamsa
Okay, good guess.
relation is only wife and friends, because for brothers and all it is deep.
Right.
Relation is what?
Navamsa is marriage and dharma. Vivaha and dharma. What is 11th house? It is the fulfillment of your desires. So, as far as dharma is concerned, you will do what you desire to do. In the Rashi chart, your desire can be, when you are looking at Rashi or Dashamsa, your desire can be to have a BMW car, or to own a $1 million house, or to own a jet flight. All these desires are possible. But when you are looking at Navamsa, what are the desires relating to dharma? To construct a temple, to have to be married to your wife for 40 years, to do Satyanarayan Vratam every month. These are the things at the dharma level. When you are Navamsa is a very auspicious chart. When you look at somebody's chart, look at Navamsa chart, especially a great person. Look at Navamsa. It has auspicious vibrations. In Navamsa, even desires are good desires. Of course, the best thing is not to have any desires. If you want moksha, finally you have to get over all desires. But at least if you must have some desires. Desires relating to Navamsa are more auspicious than normal desires. So when you are looking at the Kama Trikonas in Navamsa, Navamsa itself is Dharmamsa. It is an elaboration of the 9th house. It is an elaboration of the Dharma of the person. So when you are looking at now Dharmamsa, When you say 2nd, 6th and 10th are Artha Trikonas, 3rd, 7th, 11th are Kama Trikonas and so on, all those are relative to whatever the chart stands for. So they are relative to Navamsa. So when you look at Kama Trikonas in Navamsa, you are looking at dharmic desire, good desire. So the 11th house is not gaining some money or something, but it is fulfilling, gaining of dharma, fulfilling whatever dharmic objectives you had in your life. You wanted to do something. Somebody may have badly wanted to construct a temple, a Shiva temple. When he constructs the temple, he has achieved. That is an achievement. That is a gain, big gain for his dharma.
Intangible, these are not D9 level of his intangible.
Any level, we are looking at houses, houses are intangible.
Question there.
Yeah.
First of all, the dharma for everybody is different. Because first is the 9,000 people.
Yes, the dharma for everybody is different. For somebody, dharma may be to construct. For somebody who is born in a very rich family, his right dharma may be not even construct one temple, but construct 10 temples and construct 5 hospitals for poor. That may be his dharma. Anything left, he did not do his job. When he goes to Yamadharma Raja, Chitragupta may give him a D on his progress report. Because you are given so many resources but you didn't do anything. On the other hand, there may be a rickshaw puller in India who makes his livelihood by driving rickshaw. For him, every day saying Rama, Rama, Rama 3 times, that may be greatest, and visiting temple once every year, that may be the greatest dharma. When he does it, Chitragupta may come and he may pat him, wow, you are great. He may get A+. So, like he said, it's all not only subjective but subject driven, subject dependent. So it depends on which person you are talking about. It's personal. It's not universal.
I have one more question. What is the basic fundamental? How do you compute after all? What is the basic? What is basic?
I gave some basics in the last class. Probably you missed it.
I was there. I maybe did record.
You should listen to the MP3 and if you listen to, I think that day you came a little late. You should listen to the MP3 and we'll do it in more detail later. Let's not spend time on it. Now let us forget the chances for a moment. Let us see dashas. What is the dasha I should see for Bill Gates? What is the dasha? For me?
He is in transit chart.
Is it transit chart? Oops. Okay, what is the dasha for him? Just Vimshoti dasha or any other dasha is going to give good results. Okay, let us go through the list. Is Visaptati Samadasha applicable?
No.
Why?
No 7th Lord.
7th Lord is not in Lagna, Lagna Lord is not in 7th. So Visaptati Samadasha is not applicable. Is Shashti Samadasha applicable? Shashti Haini Dasha?
No.
Sun should be in Lagna for that. Is he in Lagna? No. Is Lagna in Vargottama?
No. Yes. Oh,
No. The time I use is not there. Okay. So Lagna is not in Vargottama. What are the other dashas that we are fond of? 10th Lord in 10th house. What is the dasha called? Wait. Not for you, Narayan. Chaturasi iti samadasha. Chaturasi iti samadasha, which means 84-year equal dasha. Chaturasi iti samadasha. So that is also not applicable. So this is good. We don't have to look anywhere. Just use normal good old Vimshotri dasha. So what dasha is he running right now? He is running Sun dasha. Now, is this dasha favorable for doing dharma in the world? Is this a favorable dasha for dharma? Will he do a lot of dharmic activities in the world? Sun is in the 9th house. He is not well placed. Sun is not well placed, but he is in the 9th house. And Sun is the natural karaka for dharma. There are 2 karakas for dharma. One is Jupiter, one is Sun. Sun is basically Kshatriya, he is the doer, and Jupiter is the Brahmana, he is the thinker. Jupiter is the Brahmana thinker, Sun is the Raja, he is the king who gets things done through his power. And Sun is, if you look at the givers in the world, who is the biggest giver in this universe? Sun. He gives so much light and heat to everybody. sometimes we don't appreciate that heat, but actually in this season I think we appreciate any heat that comes from sun. Having gone through a bad winter, yeah.
Even in winter we appreciate sun a lot.
Yeah. In winter we appreciate it. Not in summer. Once it goes to 90, we don't appreciate sun. But bottom line is, he is the natural giver. Sun is, when it comes to giving, there is no giver like sun. So, and he gives freely. No strings attached. It's all, light doesn't come with any strings attached. It's free. Just enjoy it or stay inside. What? Okay, so
Sun is also very well positive from day night.
Sun is very well positive. Where is A9? He has, yeah, he is in the third house of Aruda. So many Aruda, Sun in the third house is good. Why Narayan said A9? What is A9? This is the manifestation of Dharma. So Sun is a favorable planet from A9. And how is he from AL? Because AL is his image of a dharmic person. His image as a dharmic or adharmic person is seen from AL. Lagna only shows the inherent truth, the internal truth, that is the Satyapitha. And Arudha Lagna is the Maya Pitha, it is the Maya, illusion. So, that is what? For me?
Yes, opposite.
Yeah. You think it's not well said? Okay. Yeah.
Desire. Who's the desire for the third one? Second is also the Lord of the second house.
Yeah. So forget the house one. From Arudha Lagna, if Sun is in the 7th house, is it good or bad?
I think it's good because
Okay, finally you think it's bad. Sriram thinks good, okay. Anybody else with any other view? Yeah.
I said good.
He said good, okay. Palni is the only one who said bad.
Any planet is
Is bad? Okay. Okay, let me tell you. See, AL stands for your image. And when you are judging various houses from AL, you can't use the same rules as in Lagna, as you use in the case of Lagna. For Arudha Lagna, the rules are totally different. The 7th house is, normally what is the 7th house? It is the desires you nurture, it is the Kama, see, it is the base of the Kama Trikona. It is the intermediate point of the Kama Trikona. And it is the interactions that you have to fulfill your desires. So 7th house is the house of interaction. And when you are looking from Lagna, the 7th house is the interaction, the people that you interact with and the desires that make you interact with people. But when it comes to Arudha Lagna, the image, the status center, from that, the 7th house is again the people that you interact with, but at the Maya level, there is no interaction, there is only competition. At the truth level, I can collaborate with Narayan, I can collaborate with somebody else, we can all get something done. But when it comes to images, images are always in a selfish world. Images don't want to cooperate with each other. Images only want to suppress each other. So when it comes to Arudhas, in the world of Arudhas, there is no relationship. There is only selfish relationship. There is only competition. So 7th house from Arudha Lagna shows who you are competing with. It shows your competition. So if you have, the rule is, if Shani or Rahu or some malefic planets are in the 7th from Arudha Lagna, it is good. It's a Raj Yoga. Saturn in the 7th from Arudha Lagna is a Raj Yoga. Why? Because you are competing with idiots. You are competing with fools, buffoons. It's good for you. I mean, you are not really competing with buffoons. You are competing with capable people. But to the world, it appears as though you are competing with buffoons. Let's stick to that word. That's better than malefic. So if Shani or Rahu, if Shani and Rahu are in the 7th from Arudha Lagna, you will appear to the world to be competing with incapable people. So that is a good thing. So that means you are winning. The world sees you as a winner. The world sees your opposition as a loser. On the other hand, if let us say Jupiter is in the 7th from Arudha Lagna, is it good or bad? It is bad in a sense, it is good in a sense. Bad because you appear to the world to be fighting with a wise person. So you will appear a little bit unwise. But the thing is, people who are like Jupiter, they are not great fighters. They don't beat down everybody. So if you fight with them, you look like an idiot because you look like an unwise person, but you don't lose a lot. So it's like, and also in order to be competing with somebody like Jupiter, you must have something with him. If you are an idiot, if you are a total idiot, you can't be competing with Jupiter. So if you have Jupiter, let us say in the 7th house from Arul Lagna, it is a mixed placement. It means you will have some opposition and some really good opposition. Your image-wise, you will have a very good opposition, something tough to conquer. And you will not be able to conquer. You will either be conquered or it will be a draw kind of situation, stalemate kind of situation. But if the 7th has Saturn, it means you will win very easily, hands down. But if it is Mars, he is malefic, but Mars is a fighter. If you have Mars in the 7th from Arul Lagna, you appear to the world to be fighting with a bold fighter, a warrior. And if you are fighting with a warrior, what will happen to you? You will be beaten. You may beat the warrior also, but he is a warrior, he doesn't mind. You will also basically get beaten. So it's not a good placement. So like that, when you are judging from Arul Lagna, remember that the 7th house from Arul Lagna is who you appear to be fighting with to the world. What causes you appear to be fighting for. So, okay, I'll take it. No, you don't. Only from Lagna. Managarga Sthana as start by Jatakapar Jatam is only from Lagna, not from any other. Pardon me? Yeah. Debilitation doesn't depend on a reference. If a planet is debilitated in the 7th from Lagna and it is debilitated in that house. That house may be 5th from Arul Lagna, 2nd from Moon. So you say that it is debilitated in the 2nd from Moon, it is debilitated in the 11th from Arul Lagna. You say that, but debilitation itself is independent of which reference you are using. But if your question is, if a planet in the 7th house from Arul Lagna is debilitated, does it modify the result that I am saying? That may be your question. Okay. If that is your question, that's a very good question. So her question is, if the planet that we are talking about is debilitated, is there any modification of that step? Let us say Shani is debilitated in the 7th from Arul Lagna. What does it mean? Of course it has a meaning. The state of the planet shows the state of the opposition. So let's say Saturn is in the 7th from Arul Lagna. I told you that it means you appear to be fighting with idiots, fighting with very mean and lowly people. But if the Saturn is debilitated, what is the meaning? What does debilitated Saturn stand for? In general, debilitated planets are like sad people. Sad, weak, deserted kind of people. And exalted, for me? Helpless, helpless. And exalted planets are like, sure. They are like charged up, excited, very raring to go kind of. So if Shani is debilitated in the 7th from Arul Lagna, you appear to be fighting with helpless idiots. So that's very good. That's even better than normal Saturn. But
it doesn't give good image. Like if you pass the exam, it is very easy. Oh, you pass the exam.
That is also possible. That is also possible. When you have, let us say, Saturn and Rahu in the 7th from Arul Lagna, and you win a cricket match, people may say, oh, this was quick. That is also possible. That is also, yeah. But the bottom line is, you get easy results. You will be seen as somebody who got easy results. Now, when I say whether something is good or bad from Arul Lagna, I want to emphasize this again and again and again. Arul Lagna is illusions and images of people. So when you are talking about that, that is highly dependent on Desha Kala Patra. Like I keep saying, for example, let's say Saturn or let's say Mars is in the 3rd from Arul Lagna. That means he will be seen as a fighter. His 3rd is initiative. Mars in the 3rd means lot of fire. And from Arul Lagna, that means he will be seen as somebody with lot of initiative. Is it good or bad? It is good if you are a politician, or if it is good if you are a businessman. It is good if you are a soldier. It is good if you are a policeman. But it is bad if you are a Shankaracharya, if you are a saint. You will be seen as a fighter. That's a bad image for you. But again, these are images. In reality, somebody who is seen as a warrior may be a great person, very soft at heart. But his actions may make the world see him as a warrior. So Arudha Lagna is just images, and when you are judging those images, putting the label good, bad is very difficult because it depends on the patrata of the person. It depends on the kala, the time, the period. It depends on the desha. What is good in a country may be bad in another country. So it depends on the desakala patra. You have to take it with that desakala. You have to take it with a pinch of salt. And you have to understand what exactly that image means. All you can conclude is this is the image. Now coming back to your debilitation question, if Saturn is debilitated, like I said, you will be seen as overcoming very easy obstacles, as somebody who is opposed by idiots, helpless idiots, and easily overcomes them. On the other hand, if Jupiter is debilitated in the 7th from Arudha Lagna, what that means is, you will be seen as somebody who is opposing wise people who are unhappy and depressed. Your opponent is a wise person and he is unhappy for some reason, and you are fighting with him. That is the image that you will get. So here, Sun is in the 7th from Arudha Lagna. So during Sun Dasha, what image will he get? That of somebody who is opposing powerful people, like governments, various governments. So somebody who is opposed on dharmic grounds, on the grounds of dharma, on the grounds of what is right, what is wrong. Pardon me?
Law and order.
Law and order is basically a dharma, it's a justice thing, it's related to dharma. So on dharmic grounds, very powerful opponents, he will have very powerful opponents. That is the image that the world has. But in reality, what is he doing in Sandasha? Sun is in 9th house, even though in inimical house. So he is doing lot of dharma. He is very driven during this dasha, and he does lot of dharma. Now, reach.
They wanted to make Vishwa of this.
Okay. Okay, now let us take this further. Let us take now let us go to Dashamsha. What can you expect in Sun Dasha as far as career is concerned? Sun is in the 12th house in Manakaraka Sthana. For Sun, 12th house is Manakaraka Sthana. 7th Lord in Manakaraka Sthana. Is it a good period for Bill Gates? What does 7th house show? The desires, the business of the person, the partners. And that 7th Lord, if he is in Manakaraka Sthana, what is the possible result? Some giving up in the business, some compromise in the business, and even some breakdown in the business. So, if you don't know anything and if you were to make a random guess based on the chart, you can guess that in Sandasha his business will be broken into multiple units, or he will have to give up some control in his business. He will have to make some compromises. That's what you can expect in the Sandasha. Sun has Argala on the 11th house. So there will be gain. Sun will continue to give gain. And Sun is in A3. Look at A3 there. Sun is in the A3. A3 means the Arudha Pada of the 3rd house. The Vikrama Pada. So what is the result of that? What does it stand for? 3rd house is the initiative. A3 is the manifestation of the initiative. Something tangible. Using which people will judge the initiative. So it can be starting a new company, starting something new. So when a planet in A3 is running, his dasha is running, during the period people start companies, start new ventures. Within the company they start new products. So there will be some new things that he will be doing in Sun Dasha. But at the same time, he may have to compromise in his business and give up something. So that is what you can conclude based on the Sun Dasha. Pardon me?
10th from AL.
He is in the 10th from AL. So what does it stand? What does it mean?
He will be king in his home.
Okay, now. I told you what 7th house from Arudha Lagna stands for. What does 10th house stand for? 10th house is the karma sthana. So 10th from Arudha is what you are seeing to be doing. What the world perceives you to be doing. what the karma that the world sees you doing, that is 10th from Aru Lagna. The actual karma I am doing may be different, but the world will have a certain image of what I am doing. The world's perception of my karma. So that is what the 10th from Aru Lagna shows. So if Sun is in the 10th from Aru Lagna, it shows somebody who's politicking, somebody who's exercising lot of influence. If Moon is in the 10th from Aru Lagna, what is the image? Somebody who's keeping peace, who's happy, good with everybody, who's maintaining harmony, etc. If Mars is in the 10th from Aru Lagna, what does it mean? Somebody who's seen by the world to be fighting. It can be fighting with sword or it can be fighting with words. But it is somebody who's aggressively posturing in the world. So that is how the world sees that person's karma during that particular data. If let us say Jupiter is in the 10th house, what does it mean? Somebody who's engaging in wise karma, telling people the right things, bad things, because Jupiter is also the teacher. Somebody who's teaching people around him the right things, strong things, and who's engaging in some wise karma in the world. So that is what Jupiter in the 10th from Aru Lagna shows. Like that you can see every planet. But tell me one thing, is Jupiter being in the 10th house from Aru Lagna good or bad?
Bad.
Why?
Because last usually 10th house in general, Jupiter is in 10th house is bad because it will be interfering the.
We were talking from the context of Moon, Jupiter transiting in the 10th from Moon. But just from Aru Lagna now, the 10th house is the karma you are perceived to be doing. So you will basically be perceived to be doing Jupiterian karma. Is it good or bad? Yeah, you will have the saintly, he is doing some saintly karma in the world kind of image. Is it good or bad? Depends. If you are a soldier and if you have Jupiter in the 10th, instead of fighting you will tell people, why are we fighting? Why did we come to Iraq in the first place? Let's go home, be nice. So that is the image. Is it good or bad? You will be fired. You will be fired from your job. If you are a policeman and you go to the drug dealers and start teaching them. Bad. Why are you guys doing it? Come to the church, I'll tell you, I'll show you Jesus. There is no happiness in drugs. Find happiness in Jesus.
But if you achieve this, then it is good.
Maybe good. Yeah. Again, in extreme cases, even for a policeman or soldier, Jupiter in the 10th may be good. But in general, for people who are supposed to be doing Martian karma, Jupiter in the 10th from Aru Lagna shows a bad image. It's a bad image. It's a smear on your image.
This man is the karma and dharma.
Pardon me? Yeah.
This mismatch is karma and dharma.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
How is it different from A10 and 10 from AM?
Okay. The question is, we are going back to the basics, but it is good to go back to basics every now and then and confirm that our understanding is still intact. Because when we stop using certain things, we forget what they are. So, what is the difference between 10th from Lagna, 10th from Arudha Lagna, and the Arudha of the 10th house, A10? So, what does each of those three factors stand for? So, let us, I'll take your question after I finish that.
No, I was asking, you want me to answer that?
What?
You want me to answer that?
You want to answer? Yes.
The initiative. Mars is good. You transit Jupiter.
Before the Lagna finishes in Nakasha, please.
Let me finish. Then I think,
Go ahead, Tesha, yeah.
no, the 10th house will show what is true nature of him, the inherent quality of his karma itself.
The 10th house from Lagna.
10th house from Lagna.
Okay.
Whereas the AL will show the manifestation of that karma of what he is doing.
It's AL, yeah,
AL will
not
show-
AL. You are talking about 10th from
I'm
AL.
saying AL, I'm saying about the A10.
Yeah.
A10.
Oh, A10, yeah.
I'm talking about A10 will show the manifestation what he is
The
performing.
tangible manifestation.
Tangible
The
manifestation.
10th house from Lagna is intangible. It is your karma. Intangible. Nobody knows what it is.
And the 10th from AL will show what people perceive that he is trying to do things.
Right.
What is karma?
Exactly. 10th from Lagna is your true karma. 10th from Aru Lagna is the karma you are perceived to be doing. And A10 is the actual tangible. See, even if I say a word sees you as somebody who is doing aggressive things, what does it mean? What aggressive thing? Is it tangible? Again, it's not tangible. When you look at houses, they are intangible. He is doing some good karma. What good karma? He is doing something intelligent. He is engaging in communication. What exactly are we talking about? It's all intangible. On the other hand, if I say, he wrote this Jagannath Hora software, he wrote so-and-so software, he's a senior software engineer at so-and-so company, he's a director at so-and-so company. The director, it's a tangible thing. I say he's a powerful person at his company. What powerful person? That's intangible. So, when you look at 10th from AL, Arudha Lagna, the 10th house, that may have sun. That means people perceive him as a powerful person. People perceive him as somebody who is exercising influence in the society. So that's what sun in the 10th from Arudha Lagna shows. But again, it's intangible. It's in the minds of people. The 10th from Lagna is the karma that I am doing. It's within me. It's limited within me. Nobody can see it. Nobody can feel it. It's the reality that's buried inside me. The 10th from Arudha Lagna is people's images. It's again something buried in people's mind. It is people's perception. But the 8th is something that is out there. Senior software engineer at Indica or principal software engineer at Broadcom. So these are tangible, this title, the place that he works at, he is working at Microsoft, he is working at IBM. That's a tangible thing that you are talking about. It's IBM, it's a high-tech company, they do some sort of things. It's all tangible. So 8N will show the tangible aspects of your karma, where you work, what kind of work you do. All the tangible aspects will come out in 8N. And all intangibles that are within you are in the 10th from Lagna, that are within people's minds are in the 10th from Arudha Lagna. So that is the distinction between the three things. Very good. I'm glad you remembered everything. You didn't get confused. Very good.
Transiting is working.
I want to see that.
Okay. So Sandasya, we said that he may have to incur some losses during the Sandasya. Now, anybody else has any other questions? Let's stop Bill Gates and take any other chart. Anybody has any questions? Yes, Karen. You have a chart? Normal chart or tricky chart? Okay. I think I have your chart. So Kiran has a question. He actually for a long time he had a question on his chart, but always we kept finding something else and we never looked at it. So let's look at his chart. This is May 21, 1974, 3:58 p.m. Indian Standard Time, Bangalore, India, 77 degrees 35 minutes east, 12 degrees 59 minutes north. Okay, so what is your question? I thought you were going to... No, I don't answer your questions. I will not answer questions on your own chart. If you are confused about your relatives or somebody, I can answer. Your own chart, you should make a guess. So I will guide you, you try to guess. I thought you were going to ask me when will I have a haircut.
We have to take K2 as reference to see that.
I don't know. I didn't look at any haircut.
People go to Tirupati.
Okay. So his question is green card. When will he get green card? So this is a standard question that we are asked from the Indian community here. People who are from India, when they come here, they are interested in their green card. They want to know when they get their green card. Who is the karaka for green card? Don't tell me it's Mercury because it's green color. Mercury shows green color. Don't tell me it's Mercury.
The 12th house is Rahu.
Yes. Rahu is the karaka for going to a faraway place and settling down in that faraway place. So Rahu is the karaka. And what are the houses?
8 and 12. 9.
Pardon me?
9th and 12th.
12th house is for settling in a faraway place. 9th house is general prosperity, fortune. And if you are given a permanent residence in a country that you went to as an immigrant, it's a matter of fortune. So 9th house, 12th house, these are the important houses.
4th from 12.
Pardon me?
4th house from 12. No, 12th being a foreign land and that becoming a house. Can we take 12th from the 4th.
It's the same. Yeah. A8 is generally changes. Vritshipada. In the it can show some changes. If somebody travels to a faraway place, it can happen during A8 Dasha. But getting green card is not A8. See, A8 is, his question was A8, that is basically Arudha of the 8th house. So it's also called Mritsupada. What it shows is the tangible manifestation of the 8th house. 8th house is obstacles, anxiety, tension, changes, etc. And A8 is the tangible aspect of that. So if somebody is, and Chaturthansa is the chart for residence. To see residence, D4 is the chart. So the A8 in D4 will show tangible changes. If somebody is not in one place, he goes to a faraway place, he lives in a hotel for a day, and then he goes to some friend's house and lives there for a month, and then he finds an apartment and goes there. So all this is lot of changes in the residence. So that kind of thing I may have explained using A8. A8 being the tangible manifestation of changes. The A8 in D4 can give that kind of result. But for getting green card, it's not Mritsupada differently, it is Bhagyapada. Rather Bhagyapada. 9th house is fortune, and A9 is the manifestation of the fortune. The tangible manifestation of fortune. You may feel that you are fortunate. When you came to US, you may feel you are fortunate. Or when something happens to you, you may feel that you are fortunate with respect to your residence. But when you get a green card, or when you land in a foreign country, the world around you will see, oh, he's a fortunate guy. Folks back from your home place, they may think, oh, Kennedy, he went to Boston. He's a great engineer in Boston. He's making so much money in Boston. People have that image about you. So this is a tangible thing for them. It is an image as well as it's a tangible thing that's driving people's images. So going abroad, getting a green card, these are all more of A9 things rather than A8 things. So let us see your Chaturthamsa. First of all, what is the Dasha we should be using? Dasha. What? His Lagna is in Vargottama. Does everybody notice that?
Even Virgo. In Virgo itself.
In Virgo itself, Rashi and all. What? This is a Vargottama. Vargottama. Okay. So these guys came up with a new theory for those who are listening to the audio that this Vargottama is more powerful because it occurs in Virgo.
Why did you name it Vargottama?
Pardon me?
Why is it called
Varga.
Varga means division. Uttama means
Top.
excellent, top. Okay, so everybody wants to switch to Shatabdika Dasha, or Kiran, are you fond of Vimshottari itself? You can switch to Shatabdika? You don't have any problems? Okay. Okay, let us use the Shatabdika Dasha because it is applicable if Lagna is in Vargottama. So it is applicable in this chart. And when did you come to US? First let us see if Chaturthamsa is accurate. Let us go to Chaturthamsa. This is the chart of Bhagya according to Parashara. And we use it as the chart of residence. So in this chart, when did you come to US? How long did you come the first time? Okay, second one. Tell me when you came the second time. 2000. So he came in June 16, 2000 to US. Okay. He came in Jupiter. He came in Jupiter, Mercury. Let us see if that is possible. Is that possible at all? If this Chaturthamsa Lagna is accurate, it should make reasonable sense. Jupiter, can he give foreign residence? Can he take him abroad? See, what are the, forget the Mankaraka for now. First of all, what are the important houses for going abroad? 7th, 9th, 12th, right? And Badhaka Sthana also. I told you that Badhaka Sthana has the capability to drive somebody away from his homeland. And what is the Badhaka Sthana from Gemini Lagna in Chaturthamsa? It is Dhanus. Sagittarius is the Badhaka Sthana. So Jupiter is Badhakesha, and planets in the third house can give travel. And he is in the third house of travel. And who is he with? Rahu. Rahu is the Karaka for going abroad. Not only Karaka. What house does he own?
Ninth house.
Ninth house. Kumbha is owned by Shani and Rahu. They share that house. Rahu and Ketu are the homeless people in the planetary pantheon. They are the homeless people. And Shani and Mars are kind and they share their houses with them. So Rahu's house is Aquarius. So the ninth lord Rahu and the Badhakasthana lord Badhakesha Jupiter are conjoined in the house of travel. So can Jupiter and Rahu give him foreign travel? Yeah. And actually when they are together, either of them could give that result. And Jupiter ended up giving both of their results. This is a result given by the yoga of Jupiter and Rahu. In general, this is a bad yoga. This is called Kuruchandala yoga. This is a bad yoga. But when you are talking about leaving your country, going to a faraway place, because Jupiter is Badhakesha and Rahu is ninth lord, they conspire together and they give that result. In this particular, because this is not a matter of dharma or something. Then there is, Rahu stands for adharma, Jupiter stands for dharma. When they are together, they don't really work together well. They don't like to work together well. But if you are talking about Rashi, Navamsa, Dasyamsa, that is the case. When you are talking about going to a faraway place, they don't have such hang-ups. This is not a matter of dharma anyway. This is a different matter. This is a matter of bhagya. So when it comes to that, don't keep it in your mind that Jupiter and Rahu are enemies, they will destroy each other. They don't care in this particular matter. So they will exchange their results and Jupiter will end up giving Rahu's result. And whose result will Mercury give? He is also with another planet. When two planets are together, they exchange each other's results. That was the basic principle that we learned long back. So whose result will Mercury give? Ketu result. So basically Jupiter-Mercury period will end up giving Rahu-Ketu result. And that is why he was driven away from his house, from his homeland. He came to this country.
But Jupiter, Mercury, if you see the Bhoga will fall in Jupiter itself, right?
Yeah, if you see the Bhoga, from Jupiter, Mercury is in 7th house. If you find the 7th from Mercury, it is in 3rd house. So during that particular 2 years, as far as residency is concerned, what is an important result that is experienced? 3rd house, travel. So there can be a travel during that period. Okay? And
It will be a short one.
pardon me?
It will be a short
3rd house can be short travel also. Yes. But the thing is, the Bhogarashi has Jupiter and Rahu in it. Not only is it the 3rd house of travel, but the Bhogarashi is activated by Rahu and Jupiter, the 9th lord and the Parakesha. So that is capable of giving foreign travel during the Tantra.
So we see Jalapatana.
Jalapatana Sahama? Okay. What do you want to do with it?
We want to see whether
It is more important when you are looking at annual chart. It is in Sagittarius. 4 degrees Sagittarius. So who is the lord of that? Jupiter. But the thing is, if you look at the Sahama and if you try to correlate with the Dashas, it doesn't always work in natal chart. Here it works nicely. So Jalapatra Sahama is in Pardesha is in Saturn house. But Jalapatra Sahama is in a Jupiter house. So it does work. But don't look at this in this particular thing. Look at annual chart. When did you come, you said, Kiran? 2000. So let us look at okay, as soon as the new year. If you look at the annual Vipravesi Chakra, this is the chart. See, he was born on Vaishakha Amavasya. Oh, you are born on Amavasya. So you have Amavasya Dosham. Good. Good. He was born in Anandanama Samvatsara on Vaishakha Amavasya when 46.47% of Amavasya was left. And in 2000, on June 2nd, again Vaishakha Amavasya came, and again 46.47%, the same person was left at this time, 8:12:40 a.m. So at that time his new year starts, the lunar new year. So if you make the chart for that time, you will see what happens during that year. So if you see that particular year chart, look at the first Hora Lord, the ruler of the year is Moon is the ruler of the year. And so he will show the important events of the year.
he is in 9th house.
Pardon me?
He
Yeah, if you look at Chaturthamsha, if you look at Rashi first, in the Rashi chart, where is Moon? Moon is in the 12th house, point number 1. And in the Chaturthamsha chart, so being in the 12th house in Rashi chart, he can give some kind of displacement. And in the Chaturthamsha chart, the chart of residence and bhagya, he is the 8th lord. What is the 8th house? Of instability. And he is in the 9th house of pursuing some fortune. So he shows that this year there may be some instability. He is pursuing some fortune, which could be in a faraway land, because Moon is in the 12th house in Rashi. So in pursuit of some fortune in a faraway land, he goes through some instability as far as residency is concerned during that year. So because of the 8th house and 9th house connection and the 12th house connection involving the ruler of the year, Hora Lord Moon, this year can give foreign residence. And let us see the Sahama now. They are more important in the annual chart. And Jalapatra Sahama, where is it? It is in Kanya. Jalapatra Sahamam is in Kanya. And where is Pardesi Sahamam? Pardesi Sahamam is in Aries. If the Pardesi Sahamam or Jalapatra Sahamam, if they don't have any link with the Badhaka Lord or 9th Lord or 12th Lord, it's very unlikely. What? Pardon me? Okay, we'll come to the link. I'm just finished. Let me finish my sentence. If there is no link between the Pardesa Sahamam, Pardesa means going to a faraway place. And Jalapatana means traveling on the ocean. So if one of those Sahamas do not have a link with the 9th Lord or 12th Lord or 9th house or 12th house or Badhakesa or Badhaka Lord, then it is unlikely that the person will travel during the year. So this is basically seen as a confirmation. And Pardesi Sahamam is at 9 degrees 52 minutes in Aries here. And who's there? Who's in that house? Aries has Shani and Guru. And Shani is the 9th Lord and Guru is the 7th Lord, the Badhakesa. So Badhakesa and 9th Lord are together in Pardesi Sahamam. So there is a good chance that he will go abroad during this country. And who gave that result? Who actually took him abroad? It was in Rahu Dasha, right? You said June 16. So it was Rahu. So Rahu Dasha, Rahu Antardasha, he went abroad. Why? Why Rahu? Well, he is Karaka. Okay, and that too, we'll come to that, but he is Karaka. Even if Rahu is not in any important house, he is Karaka, he can give it. And in his natal chart, he is showing it. He is 9th Lord. And in this chart also, in the Rashi chart, he happens to be the 9th Lord. So he can give that result. And moreover, where is he placed? 2nd house, but it's a Vati sign. If the 9th Lord placed in a Vati sign, if the 9th Lord is placed in a Vati sign or 12th Lord is placed in a Vati sign, because Vati signs are also important. 9th house, 12th house, Bhadrakasthana, Vati signs, Jalapatra Sahamam, Pardesi Sahamam, these are all the factors you should look for. And also Rahu Ketu, Karkas. So these are all the factors. When you see a confluence of various factors, you can make a prediction. And here Rahu is the 9th Lord and he is in a Vati sign. So he can give that result. And in the pardon me? Classics talk about Vati signs in the context of traveling abroad, because when you travel abroad you are traveling over vast oceans, basically crossing the ocean. So that is why classics talk about the Vati signs. And if you look at Rahu in D4, what house is he in? He's in 8th house. 3rd Lord in 8th house. He is the 3rd Lord of travel. So being the 3rd Lord, he can give travel, and he is in the 8th house. So a lot of instability relating to where he lives. So during that entire period, once his new year started, for that, when did it start? June 2nd. So from June 2nd to June 20, that whole 18-day period is a period of instability, where he lives, where he sleeps. There will be some changes. That is what Rahu shows. And also a travel, being the 3rd Lord. So that is what Rahu shows. Okay? So let's go back to the natal chart. Let's go to green card.
It's accurate.
The time seems accurate. Whether the time is accurate or not, for the purpose of D4 it is accurate. For in some other divisional chart it may be off. We don't know that for sure. But in D4 it seems to be fine. And if you look at the D4, let's go back to the dacha. What is our dacha in this chart? What is the dacha we decided? Shatabdika dacha.
So it is now.
So he is running the long Mas dacha. He is running the long Mas dacha. How is Mas dacha for him? So career is good. Okay. How is the Mas dacha? Is Mars capable of giving him green card? Don't tell him no, because that is for a long time. What is the factor I told you is important for green card? See, getting green card is it a tangible thing or intangible thing? We are not talking about Kiran feeling, so unfortunate. Or we are not saying the whole world thinking, wow, Kiran is fortunate. We are not talking about either. We are talking about a green card. It's a tangible thing. So where should you look for it? Yeah?
A4? No.
It's a A4 is generally house that you live in. Fourth house is the sukha, and the A4 is the what gives you sukha, with respect to relationship. It's the house. So A4 is the house, the physical house that you live in. Green card is, I told you, you guys are not paying attention. When he said A8, I said more than A8 it is this pada. I said some other pada. What is it? Bhagya pada. Because for somebody who came from a poor country or a second world country to a first world country like US, getting a permanent residence in that country is considered a fortune, a great fortune. So it's a tangible manifestation of his fortune with respect to residence, where he lives. So A9 is the house, A9 is the pada that is very important. So there should be some link between the planet who gives the result and A9. Is Mars capable of giving green card?
Yes, A9 is.
He is the A9 Lord. So he can give a green card. Now, which answer dacha?
Mars.
Why?
Saturn has already done
Let's stop practical astrology and do theoretical astrology.
Saturn is first of all a malefic in the fourth house.
Yeah.
Not good for. It's good for foreign.
Absolutely. He's the ninth Lord.
Yes.
See, we are saying that A9 is basically the manifestation of the fortune. But he should also feel that he is fortunate. That there has to be, if he gets the green card, the actual ninth house also should have a role. Basically, but A9 is more important, but there should be ninth and A9, there should be some commonality between them. They should come together. Then he gets the green card. And the ninth Lord here is Shani. Ninth house is pursuit of fortune. And fourth house is the home. And if a malefic is in the house of home, fourth house, he can give a home in a faraway place. And being the ninth Lord and having Argala on A9, look at Saturn. He has Argala on the A9. And he has aspect also on A9. He has Grahadrishti. He has a desire. Shani has a desire to give Bhagya. Because he has Grahadrishti on A9. So Grahadrishti and also he has Argala. So he can actually give the desire. If there is Grahadrishti, he only has the desire. But if there is Argala, he is actually capable of giving that. So because... Yes.
Between Saturn and Rahu seems to be more
Stronger.
actually stronger.
Yeah.
Because Rahu is with Jupiter and also
Yeah. Yeah.
What do we decide as who is the ninth house?
Okay, who is the ninth Lord? If you want one planet, I will say it is Rahu who is the ninth Lord. Saturn is a secondary Lord of ninth house.
both are lords.
Both are lords. But if you want a stronger Lord, it is Rahu. And that is what the software is taking. But you know what? That is a different matter. But his question is, no, you guys didn't understand. A9 will change sign.
Correct. Because
If the ninth, I took the ninth, software took the ninth Lord to be Rahu, and it did the Arudha calculation, it found in Scorpio. If the ninth Lord is taken to be Shani, it will be still in a Martian sign, but it will be in Aries. But then Shani will not be having Agara on the A9. So his question is, should A9 be in Scorpio or Aries? That's basically where he's coming from. Not whether Rahu will give the result or Shani will give the result. So, the point is, Rahu is stronger because he is with Jupiter. He is with more planets. The first rule is, whoever is with more planets will win. If two planets own a sign, the one who is with more planets will be the primary lord. So, Rahu is the primary lord for the purpose of finding the Dasha years, Narayan Dasha, for the purpose of finding Aurora Padas. Rahu is the Graha. But anyway, Shani is the co-lord of the 9th house and he is having Argala on A9. So, he should get green card in Shani Santat Dasha. Do you want to get the Prachantat Dasha? For me? Yeah.
Even Prachantat Dasha is 2 years long.
Why don't we look at the annual chart instead of looking at Prachantat Dasha, Sukshmantat Dasha? So let us see his current New Year chart, 2005. I mean current meaning the one that's going to come. Are you close to getting green card? Should we look at next few months?
No.
What?
I'm good.
You want us to look at this year also?
No, I can be something about it. That's what
So let us see the current year then, 2004 first. He just gives us more work. By the way, talking about work, a couple of weeks back I gave you a homework. I usually don't.
Vatican.
Does anybody remember what is the homework?
That particular Vatican.va, they gave a big hint that within various years.
Yeah.
That events in SR, it's totally intangible events. We can't even see what actually he did in them.
What do you mean?
I mean, those languages, that language English.
Oh, Sauri, you are confused by the Sauri language.
Yeah.
And you don't understand exactly what it is. Okay, then look at a normal biography. You can get Pope's biography in many places. See when his father died, when his mother died, when his brother also died sometime, I think. Yeah, when his brother
They are
died.
given a roadmap.
When he became, what?
They gave a roadmap from 1978 to 2000.
Roadmap is a kind of weird word. We work in tech companies, so we use roadmap. It's not really a roadmap. This is basically life history. But yeah, if you look at that, what?
The biography.
The biography. Yeah, that's a better one.
Because it's all English is written.
Yeah, go to some other site and try to find the event. You can find the year. It's not the date. At least the year when his brother passed away, mother passed away, father passed away. Those you should be able to see in a chart. And then when he decided to become not a pope but a monk, when he became a father, when he became I don't know all those stages, but he went through all those stages. When he became what, and when he did the doctorate in religious philosophy. What was the transition period in his life, and when he was elevated as a cardinal, when he became a pope. Try to see all these events, and when he died. So try to see all these events. At least I told you that you should pick, how many events did I say in the homework? 4 or 5. Did I say 4 or 5? See, you guys are not paying attention. Go back. Your homework for this class is, go back, listen to the MP3 and find out how many events I wanted you to explain. I believe it's 10, yeah. So find out 10 events from his life and based on the chart, try to explain them. So we'll see that in the next class. See how you guys are doing your homework. Because you are giving me so much work, I have to give you work too. Okay, in the current year's chart, how is this chart? Is there likelihood of getting green card?
Aurora Lord is Venus.
Aurora Lord is Venus, Shukra. Okay, what is Shukra's agenda? He is the 6th Lord, he is the 11th Lord, he is in the 7th house. So, what? Yeah, but we are talking about getting a green card. So this is basically a fortunate event. He is capable of giving green card, but his agenda is 6th and 11th house. So he doesn't seem like a great candidate. But again, Aurora Lord, the ruler of the year may not be, but the current Dasha may be. What is the Dasha he is running right now?
This is for 2005.
2004, 2005. Because he said that he can get in the next couple of months before the birthday. So we are looking at this year also. Right now Jupiter is running and then Rahu from May 15. Is Jupiter actually capable of giving this result? Yeah. See, Jupiter in the Rashi chart is a 9th house. So that could show fortune, that could show dharma, Basically 9th house from Lagna is Dharma. So during this period he may become dharmic. Not that he is otherwise not, but he may become dharmic, more dharma, more good work, more ideological work in the world, more righteous work, more pious work, all those things. Pardon me? Much longer hair. He just, all he needs is with that face and that hair, all he needs is a big one Rudraksh, big Rudraksh mala. He will pass for a sadhu. Okay, jokes apart. Okay, Jupiter, if you look at D4, because this is the chart of the Bhagya. This is the overall chart, physical existence, Rashi. Chaturthansya is the Bhagya chart, the chart that shows your Bhagya. What is Jupiter's agenda here? He is the Bhargeta, good, but he is in the 6th house. So, do you see a strong chance of getting green card in Jupiter Dasha? Overcoming obstacles. The Arudhas is associated with our A2 and A8. So, some changes, some upsets, some A8 is basically upset, anxiety. So in Jupiter Dasha he may get some anxiety relating to his Bhagya, relating to his fortune. So that is what Jupiter shows. Let's jump to next year. Got a feeling that it is next year.
What about, we didn't even look at Rahu.
I don't care about Rahu.
He's the Naisangic character.
Yeah, right. So let's look at Rahu. Sriram has a good point. Rahu's Dasha runs for a few days at the end of the year. And Rahu is in the 2nd house, he is the 6th lord, not too impressive. Forget it. Okay. Now, let us see next year's chart. This chart starts on June 6, 2005 at 3:43:51 p.m. and the chart is capped.
Between May 26, 2005 to June 6, 2005.
What?
Yeah.
The previous year is valid.
The previous year is still valid. So whatever Dasha, Rahu Dasha.
Oh, 16.
Yeah, it's not May 26. Okay. Those of you who didn't understand this question, forget it. There's no question.
Confusion.
Yeah. Look at 2005 annual TP chart. So this chart, this time Vaishakha Amavasya comes on June 6. So his birthday is on June 6. And at exactly 3:43, again 46.47% of the Amavasya is left, the same percentage. So the new year starts. And who is the Hora Lord? Who is the Hora Lord? Drums. Who is the Hora Lord? Jupiter is the Hora Lord. Okay. He is in the 12th house with Ketu. Okay. Chaturthamsha. How is the Chaturthamsha?
This is Lord of 12th house. Good.
Jupiter is the Lord of the Hora Lord is the Lord of the 3rd house. And he is the 3rd and 12th house. And he is Rahu's dispositor. Rahu is in the 12th house. Okay.
What about A9? A9 Saturn.
Yeah.
A9 is not in Mars, right? Yeah. Chaturthamsha? No, Chaturthamsha is Moon. A9 Lord is Moon.
Okay.
Actually, Moon is also.
So anybody wants to make predictions? When will he get green card during this year?
Possibilities are Saturn or Moon Dasha. Possible.
Why Saturn Dasha?
Because Saturn is dispositor of A9.
What dispositor? He is in A9.
Sorry, he's in A9.
Yeah. See, A9 is only one aspect. A9 shows the manifestation of the fortune. The planet doesn't have to be in that house. It may own it, it may be with the Lord of it, it may have Argara on it. So that should not be the only criterion. Saturn is basically Lagna Lord here. He does not show settling in a faraway country.
Because he's Lord of Lagna and second house.
He is Lord of Lagna and 2nd house.
But he can give because A9 is also.
He will give some fortune, but it doesn't have to be green card. Green card is not the only fortune that you can get.
Yes.
And being the Lagna Lord, his agenda is
Give him a new beginning.
to give him a new beginning. Also Lagna shows birthplace. And the 12th house shows faraway country, not Lagna. So Saturn being associated with Lagna, he can give some fortune relating to his own motherland. He can have something in the motherland, buying something in the motherland or something like that, but not necessarily a green card. So don't just go by A9. That is one of the many factors. Look at all the factors. 12th house. Who's in the 12th house? Rahu is in the 12th house. See, this is very interesting. The Karaka for going abroad, Rahu, he is in?
He's sitting in the house for giving the foreign land to stay in.
Yes, staying in a foreign land. So,
And he also has Rasidrishti on the 9th house.
yes, he has Rasidrishti on the 9th house. So, if you looked at this chart, if this person, let us say this person did not go to US before, he was still in India. Looking at the Hora Lord Jupiter in the 12th house, along with Ketu, looking at the Lagna Lord Venus in the 9th house, looking at that Rahu in the 12th house here, and Hora Lord Jupiter, the ruler of the year, is the owner of the 12th house. Looking at all these things, you can conclude that this year he will go abroad. If he was already in India, if he was still in India. And here, all these combinations show that he will get green card during this year. Because we were looking at the Pratyanta Dasha, we were looking at a couple of years of period, right? So one thing that we can conclude right away is, this is likely to be the year when he will get his green card. But now when? Is it going to be Rahu Dasha or Venus Dasha? Or Sun Dasha? Or Moon Dasha? What is your guess? We can only guess, but what is your guess?
Venus, Rahu. We have to see which center is running.
Which?
Center is bouncing.
Which center of transit? Let's just take Lagna.
Give this person to
think Rahu.
Yeah?
seem to be it.
Rahu seems to be a good candidate, very good. Yeah.
Or Venus.
Yeah. Why Venus? Because he's in Bhagya. He's in the 9th house and he's Yogaraka in Chittakamsa. For Makara Lagna, Venus Shukra is Yogaraka. So, being Yogaraka, he should give auspicious results relating to Bhagya. And he's in the 9th house. Even though he's debilitated, he's in the 9th house. Pardon me?
He is 9th house.
Yeah.
Debilitated.
Yeah. And he's in the 12th from Arun Lagna. The Yogaraka, whose agenda is very good, he's in the 12th from Arun Lagna. What does that stand for? What is the 12th from Arun Lagna? Yeah. He is perceived to have left India now. He left India long back, but once he gets green card, he's perceived by people as, okay, now he is an American. So he's an American. So, for me, now he's not coming back. Now he's not coming back. He is going to settle down there. So, Rahu and Venus are very good candidates. He's either going to be Rahu or it's going to be Venus. But before this September 1, he is very likely to get his green card. And the interesting thing is, Venus is in Mercury's house and Mercury shows green color. I'm just kidding. This is not laughing. I'm not laughing.
But the color of green card is not green.
I know. I used to think until I got one.
It used to be green.
It used to be.
But it's like
They are white same color. I mean, it's a light green.
Okay, before we close, because we opened Kiran's chart for the next year, do you guys want to see if he will be coming to this class till after New Year, after his birthday? How is this year for learning? Look at D24, Chaturgunchamsa, Siddhamsa. How is this year for him? Lord of the 8th house is Jupiter. Not what Lord of the 8th house. You mean the Hora Lord. The ruler of the year is Jupiter. Is he well placed or badly placed in D24? He is exalted in the house of learning. And does he give any yoga there? Is there yoga between Shani and Guru? Yes. You guys look at the Dharma Karma Adhipati Yoga. From Mesha Lagna, Jupiter is Dharma Sthanadhipati. He is the 9th Lord of Dharma. And Shani is the 10th Lord of Karma. So 9th Lord and 10th Lord are together. So there is Dharma Karma Adhipati Yoga. So during this year, this is only for learning, not at workplace. For that we have to look at detail. But as far as learning things are concerned, which includes this particular thing, there is some good karma that he is going to do, some auspicious karma that he is going to do. So, good, that is good. Yes, Narayan.
Another thing is, Jupiter is Lord of Garuda Lagna and Saturn is Lord of Bhagyapati.
Wow.
So the combination is
Very auspicious.
and Jupiter and Saturn shows Brahma Yoga.
Brahma Yoga, yes.
Fresh beginning.
Yes.
So
It's a very good year for pursuing traditional knowledge, Vedic knowledge, traditional knowledge, Brahma Vidya, etc. So this is a very good year.
Can you see transit?
Shall we see?
Transit also.
Transit, we'll see. Let's look at his Dashamsa, his career. How will be this year for the career? The Hora Lord Jupiter, the ruler of the year, is in 10th house. It's a good house for Jupiter. Basically, he'll be doing very wise. He'll be very wise at his workplace. Whether people see him as wise or not is a different thing. But he will be wise. Because from Lagna, from ascendant, Jupiter is in the 10th house. He will be very wise. Now, there is a Dharma Karma Adhipati Yoga here also. Not only in D24, but look at Venus Mercury. The 10th Lord Venus and the 9th Lord Mercury are together, and oh my God, they are opposite Saturn. So Shani is aspecting them. Lagna Lord Shani, 5th Lord and 10th Lord Venus, and 9th Lord Mercury. All the three trine lords are on that axis, on the 3rd and 9th axis. So this is a very good year for him. This is an excellent year for his career. He will do very well at his workplace. And the 11th house is also very strong because 11th Lord Mars is in the 11th house. So there will be some gains. So this is a very good year for him. But is there a bad planet here? If you have to pick one bad planet, who is the bad planet in this chart? Is Sun good or bad? What? So Sun in the 8th house is generally bad, but if Sun is in own house, is it bad? Sun in the own house, in the 8th house? Yeah. If the 8th Lord is in 8th house, what is the name of that yoga? Not Narayan, no. You've been talking too much. Keep quiet.
Vimala, Shala Yoga?
Good guess. Second guess was right.
Vimala and Shala Yoga.
No. Finally, which is the one that I said correct to? Sarala. 6th Lord in 6th is Harsha, 8th Lord in 8th is Sala, 12th Lord in 12th is Vimala. Okay. Remember the order. Harsha, Sarala, Vimala. Okay, so there is Sarala Yoga given by Sun. What is the result of Sarala Yoga? 8th Lord in 8th. What does he make the person do?
he's straightforward.
Sarala means straightforward. Straight line, yeah. Sarala Dekha, yeah. Sarala means straightforward. So the person will be very matter of fact. He will not mince words. He will be very straightforward. He will be very honest, and he will be forceful. Whatever he believes, he will just say it.
Should we see Sun whether it is in Yama Amsa? That means
You guessed it right. How did you get it? Good intuition.
straightforward.
Even more
So it is even more. Sun is in Yamamsha. Sun is in Yamasamsha. So the planet in the 8th house who shows straightforward and honest nature. He is in Yamasamsha. Yama is, what does Yama stand for? He is the Lord of Dharma. He is the Dharma. So follow your Dharma without any passion, impassionate adherence of Dharma. Very straightforward. Disciplined and no emotion. So he will be very unemotional, and Sun, whatever result Sun gives, he will give in a solar way. Whatever result Moon gives in a lunar way. What is the solar way? Like this. Do this. Magnanimous and also authoritative. Leo is the sign of authority. He is a sign of king. So when Sun is in Leo in the 8th house, he will be very straightforward and he will do it with authority. He will tell people. He will not tell, I think that is wrong. He will tell, that is wrong. There will be some authority in his tone, the way he projects.
You get his green card out there.
Yeah, I think after his green card, I think Venus will give his green card and Sun will then make him very proud and arrogant. But during Sandasha, he will be very assertive in a authoritative way, and he will.
And 8 and also there, so he will give some power in the position.
18 is not exactly power.
Position.
Yes, actually Sun is in 8th.
Position.
Sun is in 8th. Sun in the 8th house shows some changes, and he is in 8th. And 8th shows the title of the person in the workplace. So either change in the workplace or change in the kind of work he does. So some kind of promotion, etc. is possible. Assuming that everything is accurate, Ghatika Lagna is also there. So Ghatika Lagna shows promotion, but you can't be 100% sure that this is accurate. So some kind of promotions, etc. are possible in Sun Dasha. But overall, for career, it seems like a good year.
Quick question. Harsha, Vyomna, and Mr. Sarama.
Okay, this is Ted. Yeah. You asked me to keep an eye. I kept an eye. Sure. Yeah, yes, Srinath.
What is so in Harsha, what is the implication of Harsha?
If the 6th Lord is in 6, he is happy. The names are supposed to give you clues. That is how the names are decided. They don't select, they don't just go to the dictionary and select a random name. So Harsha means happy. Cheerful actually, not more than happy, it is cheerful. That is the correct word. So planets in Harsha Yoga, 6th house, what does it stand for?
Overcoming difficulties.
Overcoming difficulties. And such a person, if the 6th Lord is in 6, he will overcome obstacles very cheerfully, or he will not have any obstacles to overcome at all. So it makes the person very cheerful. I know a few people who have Harsha Yoga, they are very happy-go-lucky. They don't care anything about anything.
Take it easy for
They are just take it easy kind of people, very, very happy always, very cheerful always, very optimistic, very positive. That is the result. But again, you have to make modifications based on who the planet is. For example, the guys I know with Harsha Yoga, those are Jupiter, Venus guys. If Mars is the 6th Lord in 6th house, it could be slightly different. It could be
Same level of fear.
yeah, the level of chi may be different. There may be some fire in the chi. But bottom line is 6th Lord in 6 means Harsha Yoga, cheerful. 8th Lord in 8 means Sarla Yoga, straightforward. In Telugu we say Mukku Svidga Pavatam. Basically you just do what you believe in. It's very straightforward. And Vimala Yoga means 12th Lord in 12th. Pure, very unblemished kind of people. Pure hearted. They are great givers. Yeah. Again?
That's going to directly affect my thoughts.
Yeah. But my sense is next year is going to be a good year, very good year for you. So after your birthday, until your birthday, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked at last year, the Samsa. But after your birthday, this is a good year for you. And Sun being in the 8th house, he can, in the 8th, he can give a change of, he can give a better change of job. So, thinking the horoscope may be bad, but your horoscope looks good for the next year. So even if there are any instabilities in the next couple of months, after your birthday, you should do well. I'm only concerned about Ketu, but it's not that bad. He's 11th Lord. Most of the planets are very well placed, except the nodes. So this will be a good year for you. Okay. Somebody wanted to see transits. You. Okay. Let us see his transits right now.
the next 45 years.
Actually, I had a reservation question.
What question?
Reservation on later. So, we can take up that.
No, we can't. Sorry. we can only do so much. So let us not divert everywhere based on your need. Let us just stick to something. We looked at how to see settling in a faraway place, and in general we are looking at the transits right now. So I'll take his question and then I'll close for today. Right now, how are the transits for him? First see career. Let us just look at the career. Yeah, I will. But can't you imagine, where Shani and Guru are? Let us do it without doing that. Just look at this Dashamsha. Where is Shani right now? Shani is in Gemini. Is it good transit or bad transit for Shani?
Sixth house.
Sixth house?
Sorry, from moon.
From moon. If you take Dashamsha moon as the reference,
Sixth house.
he is in Makara, Capricorn. From there, Gemini is the 6th house. For Shani, 3, 6 and 11 are good houses for transiting. So he has Shashta Shani transit as far as career is concerned. So, yeah, very easily. So last 2.5 or 3 years are very good for his career. And Jupiter's transit. Where is Jupiter transiting right now? Since last August? In Virgo, which is the 9th house for Moon. Is there a good transit for Moon? Yeah, that's a great protection.
From his boss.
So his career, what?
From his boss or his boss is
Who you? So Jupiter in the 9th house will give good bosses who are nice to him, wise bosses, etc. Basically, it is a good protection. So Jupiter is in the 9th house, Shani is in the 6th house. So Shani and Guru had excellent transits. So the last 2.5 years were in general a good period for his career. But Rahu and Ketu were not so good. Rahu was in the 4th house. What does the 4th house from Moon show? Mental peace. Rahu is there. So this is a good period for him. There is a lot of protection and not too many obstacles, but still he is not happy. He is still not peaceful for some reason. And that reason is Rahu. So whatever Rahu stands for here, based on those reasons there will be unhappiness. But now Rahu moved away. Ketu in the 9th is not so good. It shows some headless bosses. So in the next few months, there may be some stupid decisions taken by his bosses. At least that is how he views things. Because Ketu will be in the 9th house, and Ketu is not for Ketu transiting in the 9th house is not good. But Rahu, he moved to the 3rd house. Rahu is right now in Meena, which is the 3rd house from Makara. So he has 3rd house Rahu transit. So Rahu, Shani and Guru, all of them are favorable until September. And then Jupiter is going to move away. Saturn and Rahu will still be good. So actually Saturn is moving away. Yeah.
Cancer.
So right now is the best period for him. If you want some promotion or something, you should ask now. This is the best period right now. And after Saturn moves away to Cancer, some of the luck he's been experiencing in karma, in career, will slow down a little bit. Saturn in the 7th house, it shows bad relations. What? Oh, is it becoming Tamramurti? Okay. So,
But it contradicts other readings we hear.
from the Tripravesha?
Yeah.
Not exactly, because Rahu is still good. Jupiter is still good. And those two are very important planets. So, after this period, there may be that Shani in the 7th house from Moon, he can show some relationship problems at workplace. Usually he may be very easygoing with people, but for some reason his relationship with some people at the workplace may be a little affected. There may be something undesirable. As a matter of fact, if you look at his Tripravesh also, there are indications. I was saying that Rahu and Ketu are the planets I was concerned about. Other planets are good. Let's go there. See, Rahu is in the 7th house. If you look at his Dashamsha for the next year, Rahu is in the 7th house. Is it a good house for Rahu to be? No. If Rahu is in the 7th house, it means some relationship problems, or if somebody is in business, some business problems, some bad desires, etc. And that's exactly what Saturn there shows in the chance. So there is actually a common correlation between the Tripravesha and the chance. So overall, my sense is you should be careful the way you behave with other people, and you should make sure that you don't strain any relationship, especially after your birthday, after May, and particularly after your birthday. But this will be a good year for you. This is a fortunate year for you. And you know what? When the new year starts, when does it start? June. See, this is in India time. Let me change the time zone so that we get in current time. So as per India time, it is on June, as per Boston time, it is June 6, 2005, morning 6:51 a.m. So on the morning at 6:14, half hour before that and half hour after that, if you pray, that will be an auspicious start for this particular year that is going to come. And who should you pray to? Durga. Why? Oh, you'll be in India? So the original time was right. So find out the time. I will not do it again. Find out the time. whatever the time, yeah, it will be 2.5 hours earlier. So whatever the time was, whatever the time is, at that time, pray to Jupiter is the Hora Lord. Jupiter is the Hora Lord. And if you are particularly concerned about career, then who should you pray to? See, I say that this is the best yoga. Dharma Karma yoga given by Venus and Mercury. This is the best yoga in the chart, in your, as far as career is concerned. And they are in the 5th from Aruh Lagna also. Dharma Karma yoga in the 5th from Aruh. What is 5th from Aruh Lagna? 5th house is the house of ability. Aruh Lagna is image. So it is the abilities you are seen by the world to possess. The world's view of your ability. So that's a very important house. In that house you have a Dharma Karma yoga given by Venus and Mercury. Venus and Mercury combination definitely shows Lakshmi Narayana. So go to some Lakshmi Narayana temple because it is daytime. Is it daytime? Yeah, daytime. Evening. So go to some Lakshmi Narayana temple. Get a puja done. Get a puja done to Lakshmi or Narayana or both, probably both. And then also pray to Jupiter shows Jagannath. So for Jupiter, pray to Jagannatha. Go to a Lakshmi Narayana temple, get a puja done, and you pray to Jagannatha. Just say Jai Jai Jagannatha or something, some Jagannatha mantra, Jagannatha Ashtakam or something. And this will be a very good year for your career. Does anyone want to predict? Oh, actually forget it. We are already late. I'll close for today. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.